The country of Moab was under the control of the kingdom of Israel and had to pay them high taxes. But when Ahab died, the king of Moab decided to stop paying those taxes. Ahab's son, Joram, decided to gather his army and to march against Moab. He sent a message to King Jehoshaphat of Judah and said, Moab has rebelled against me. I'm going to march against them. Come, let's march together. Jehoshaphat agreed, so both armies marched south, west of the Dead Sea, and across the bottom into Edom. The army of the Edomites joined them, and all three armies marched on to Moab. When they camped in the desert, they realized they didn't have enough water for themselves and all of their animals. King Joram said, I think the Lord has brought us here so that the Moabites can capture all three nations. Jehoshaphat said, well, do you have a prophet of God here? One of the officials said, well, yes, Elisha is here. So all three kings went to talk to Elisha. When he saw them coming, he said to King Joram, why have you come to talk to me? Why don't you talk to one of your idols instead? King Joram said, please, I think the Lord, your God, has brought us here so that we could be captured by the Moabites. Elisha said, well, if it was just you, I wouldn't give you the time of day. But I see King Jehoshaphat here, and I have high regard for him. Send me someone who can play the harp. As the harp played, the Lord gave Elisha the words to say to King Joram. He said, you won't hear the storm, but I will send water in the morning. Dig ditches in this dry riverbank. And in the morning, this riverbed will be full of water. This is an easy thing to do for the Lord. I'll also give you victory over the Moabites, and you'll capture many of their cities. They did as they were told. Dig ditches in the dry riverbed. And in the next morning, the water started to flow. There was so much water, it flooded the land. The Moabites got up early and looked in the direction of the three kings, and they saw all the water, but the sun was hitting it just right, and it looked red to them. They said, look, the three armies have turned on one another and destroyed each other. Let's go collect the spoils in each of their camps. Well, when they got to the camp of Israel, the Israelites attacked and chased the Moabites back to their country. They went from city to city, capturing it, till finally there's only one city left. So Israel surrounded that city. The king of Moab decided to escape, so he took 700 of his best men and tried to force his way through the front lines. But he couldn't do it. So he grabbed his oldest son, took him and sacrificed him on top of the city wall. The sight of this enraged the men of Moab, and they went into a frenzy. But when Israel saw this, they just turned and went home.